this afternoon, and it is great to be back. It really, really is. 11 people here at the Albert Park circuit this afternoon, I believe. The Constructors' Championship has been wrapped up already, which I'm going to really quickly go and try and find out. I did see a message about it saying that the Constructors' Championship has been sorted, but I'm just going to quickly have a look. A minute. Constructors' Championship, where are we? We are down here. Yes, Williams win it on 660 points then from Racing Bulls in the second place. So the Williams drivers of Linsky and Passy win the championship this season, everybody. That is cleared up. The Drivers' Championship, I believe, is still all to play for. Not entirely sure who could win it today. I really do not know. But we will try and work that out during the course of the stream. My maths isn't too good, but we will have a look. If you're in the chat, let us know. Don Pedrito joins us this afternoon. It's good to see you here tonight, mate. And hopefully we can have quite a nice, chill and relaxed stream today. As pit stops coming in for Kohler and Linsky and Don Pedrito and Jan Polden all in the pit lane then. And will be coming out again fairly soon, or at least they should be, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see about that. Here we go. Wolfie Plays joined us in the chat. There we go. It's good to see you, mate. Been a little while. How are you doing? Good to see you in. The largest bit sender ever at Jack Frosty Comms. Absolute legend. Joins us back in the chat. A bit like royalty here at the Jack Frosty Comms, everybody. But here he is. Good to see you, mate. Welcome in. And one thing I haven't mentioned, might as well mention it now. In the bottom right corner, sponsored by Code Crate, everybody. Code Crate is my new little business that I have set up, where it is essentially CD keys, but my own version of it. Hang on, I'll tell you in a minute. Let me just. Sorry about that, Wolfie. There you go, 100 bits on the screen. Thank you very much, mate, for the bits. Honestly, I think I need like what, $10 more for my next payout, which is pretty crazy. So you've just helped me there a hell of a lot. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that very much so. Yes, Code Crate, everybody, is pretty much CD keys, but my own version, where it is all run through the Discord, and you get some cheap games, some cheap deals, and some cheap subscriptions. So if you're interested, let me know, and I'll put a bit of a link in the Discord chat. 300 away till 3,000. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. 3,000 nearly sent. 3,700 bits in total sent, which is just crazy. I don't think that's ever going to be beaten. Good point. Euro Truck Simulator is on Code Crate as well, everybody. So if you want to get your hands on some cheap deals, I will quickly go have a look how much Euro Truck is. We've got game keys. Euro Truck Simulator then. You can buy it on a Steam account for £3.99, or if you want it on a game key to have it on your normal account, it is £13.99, which is cheaper, of course, than buying it retail price. So if you're interested, come along and get your hands on some cheap deals. Assetto Corsa is dirt cheap, Euro Truck Simulator dirt cheap, ACC really cheap, and F125 relatively cheap as well. So if you want to come have a look, make sure you join the Discord, ladies and gentlemen, to check it out. Yeah, that account is kind of messed up. How do you mean, man? asking for password every time you sign out of it. That is a bit weird. I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that. When I normally get accounts, they never normally do that. Might I don't know. I think sometimes you just get accounts that like Xbox think they're like bots, so I think they just try and make you log in every time. Not entirely sure. Doesn't always happen, but I think maybe. But either way, I won't be buying from that supplier again, mate, because they weren't very good, and I have made a list of all of my suppliers for each thing, and the majority is from CD Keys now. So it is going to be a hell of a lot easier when somebody buys something next because it'll be delivered very much instantly, which is great. Yes, remember in the chat as well, if you invite 3 people to Code Crate, you get 10% off your next order. Make sure you go ahead and do that, everybody. I need to look into PlayStation side for you. Absolutely, you do. Yeah, I was looking at PlayStation, mate, but man, it's nowhere near as good as Xbox where with the deals. It really isn't. But 8 minutes to go of qualifying, everybody. And Patsy, the man that his team has won the championship already, he crosses the line then to start a lap now. Mainly harder for PlayStation because Sony don't really give out codes for games digitally because they think people won't buy from them. Fair enough. Yeah, you get a lot of codes for Xbox, whereas, yeah, PlayStation, not as good. But passing over the line, he's going to be P4, ladies and gentlemen. Up to P2 now after crossing the line, which is very nice to see. We've got Yang Polden in P4 in the pit lane. Speed Freak on the track at the moment here in qualifying with 7 minutes to go. Who could possibly give us a good time? DRS activated, the fuel light on then, but towards the end of the second sector for Speed Freak. What will it be for him? 2.8 seconds down, so it won't be a lap for him, unfortunately. Yes, one sale made on Code Crate then everybody, which is great. Hopefully we can make some more. One sale, of course, was Wolfie Plays getting us off the ground. Didn't go entirely smoothly, but it is a learning process, I guess, and we have eliminated the issues there with that. But if you're interested in something, make sure you join through the link in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. 6 minutes to go of this session now. 11 people, one driver joined since we last checked, and a few people in the pit lane, a few people on the track, a bit of a mix at the moment. Somebody across the line now, it is Jera, I want to say Jera, on a lap and invalidated, unfortunately. I wonder who made that first order. Of course, Wolfie Plays, the man to order. First ever time, of course, which is brilliant. Thank you very much for that as well, mate. I appreciate getting us off the ground a little bit. We just need to, we need people sharing it all the time. It needs more people joining because at the moment it is looking pretty empty, unfortunately. Oh, Jerry off the track then, everybody. Into the wall nearly there. Just about catches the car all the way onto the gravel, but keeps the car on the track. Not entirely sure how that happened there. 300 bits sent by Wolfie, and the man gets us over the 4,000 mark. Absolutely sensational stuff from Wolfie Plays. Thank you very much, mate. He's finally done it. No need to send any more ever again in his life. He's done 3,000, isn't it? Which is just crazy. Snowy in the chat as well. Snowy joins. It's good to see you, mate. It's been a while. How are you doing? How you been keeping? It's good to see you in the chat. 4,000 bits sent by Wolfie, which is just crazy stuff. I cannot believe it. About to do Care Perico on GTA Solo. Oh, mate, if we're talking about that, Care Perico. I was pretty good at Care Perico, but I was the absolute god, yeah, at Diamond Casino Heist. Honestly, God, I was so good. I know how to do that heist with my eyes closed, and it's just, oh, made millions, made absolute millions off that heist. Passy over the line then. Starting a flying lap, ladies and gentlemen, in the late stages of qualifying. This is it. Let's go for it then. 3 minutes to go before the end. And the drivers are going to absolutely push it to the limit. Passy in second place is going to go for it here in Extinguished Motorsports. Can he get it on pole position today? His team has already won the Constructors' Championship. He could go ahead and win the drivers if he wanted to. He's going to cross the line. 2.5 improvement then in the first sector, everybody. Absolutely brilliant, but he backs off and invalidates, unfortunately, so that'll be it for him. Yang Polden in 4 on a lap at the moment. Snowy in the chat, who is currently leading the drivers' standings. Let me just have a look. Driver standings are currently led by Passy, everybody, on 355 points. Andrew Pittsmith behind, 33 points behind. Then it's Linsky behind that, 50 points behind. So I think the championship at the moment is only between Passy and Andrew Pittsmith. It is between 2 drivers, and most likely going to Passy at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Championship today. I would sell my Pierce account because GTA has 1 billion on it. Wow. Jack, did you not notice anything in the CPG server? To be fair, mate, I haven't really looked in there properly. Hang on a minute. I think it did have a revamp, didn't it? Did it get revamped? I saw something to do with it shutting down. No? Was it the bot? Maybe I saw that. I did see the bot. Was it the bot? Lever goes down 15th September for revamp. Oh, my bad. I thought it was closer than that. 1 minute and 10 seconds left, everybody. This is it. Oh, Speed Freak off the track. Unfortunately, that'll be it for him. Andrew Pittsmith, then, who could win the championship today if Passy has a bad race, but it isn't looking like it's going to go that way. Andrew Pittsmith on a lap at the moment, then heading towards the end of the second sector. Can he find time is the question. We'll just have to see. It is 10th up in the second sector, and he invalidates as well. We added new bots, server tags, new server role icons. Fair enough, mate. Sounds good. Here in the chat, yeah, I do sick custom art for stream setups. Want to see what I've been cooking? I'm absolutely happy to see it, mate. Surely, sure, you can give us a sneak peek. over the line, then qualifying to be completed soon. See everybody, the man that could be on pole this afternoon, the man that could be the world champion at the end of this race in the Williams, who has already won the world championship for his team, is going to head all the way to the final few corners, ladies and gentlemen. Passy in the Williams with 1 minute 16.382 round the final few corners and towards the line here in qualifying. What has he got in store for us today? Passy round the final corner, and he's going to cross that line. What will it be? He could be on pole, he could be the world champion, but will it be enough for pole position? He's going to cross the line. Doesn't improve, but he is already the man at the top, of course. Speed Freak not going to improve. Jan Polden could possibly improve then when he crosses the line. He takes P6. Speed Freak not going to improve. That is it. Passy on pole, everybody, for the Australian Grand Prix. By the way, Jack, games don't even work on the account as well. I think, mate, you might be doing something wrong then, surely, because... What? How do you mean? What have you tried doing? Because if the account has got live, if the account has got Game Pass, you should be able to download the Game Pass games and whatnot. Passy then, ladies and gentlemen, with the fastest time on pole from Kohler, second place. Linsky comes home in third. Speed Freak 4, Don Pedrito 5, Jan Polden 6, Andrew 7. We've got Gera in 8, Percival 9, Stray Dog 10, and St. Power 11. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Australian Grand Prix qualifying session. Next up is the 50% race. Don't go anywhere. Done it the way you said it. Games won't load. So, walk me through how you've done it then, mate. So you've got the account. You've downloaded a game from Game Pass with the account. And then you need to be logged in with that new account in the background. And then you need to be logged on with your main account. Like, logged on with your main account on top of that. So that's the account you're in. But then in the background, you're still logged into the old account. Yeah, and then when you click on the downloaded game, it should let you load in. Have you been able to load into games before, Wolfie, like on your main account and stuff, or that? I don't know why it's doing that, but I don't see how the code could be. I don't understand, to be fair. That shouldn't happen, though. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, on the grid then for the Australian Grand Prix. The final round here at Extinguished Motorsports begins. It is lights out and away we go. Passing off the line brilliantly then. Kohler will try and challenge him side by side all the way into the right-hander. Passy slides out wide. It'll be Kohler second place. Linsky third. Speed Freak 4. Andrew Pittsmith in 5 there behind that. Loads of battling going on. It is Stray Dog in 9th position. Behind that is Gera in 10 as he sends it around the outside line. There'll be Don Pedrito at the back. What a start. Don't know what's going on here on lap 1 of 29. As the drivers head through a massively hectic start. As Kohler 1, Passy 2, Linsky 3, Speed Freak 4, Pitchsmith 5, St. Power 6, Jan Polden 7, Percival 8, 9 is Stray Dog, 10 is Gera, and 11 is Don Pedrito. A crazy, crazy start to Australian Grand Prix where Passy could be a world champion today if he holds on to this, ladies and gentlemen. Behind that is Jan Polden and St. Power at the moment. Andrew Pittsmith as well, still holding 5. He needs to have a good race today if he wants any chance of winning the championship, and Passy needs to be massively behind him if he wants to win today. I bought Ultimate on my main account because it didn't work. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, mate. I think, you know, a lesson learned is I'm not going to use that supplier again. I'm just going to stick to CD keys because I can't be having that in, you know, actual other customers. That is pretty bad. I'm really, really sorry about that, mate. I didn't mean to, you know, have that happen to you. I will go and complain to the people because that is not good. Loads of pit stops coming in early stages. Then Dom Pedrito and Percival both coming into the pit lane, everybody, to get on some new tyres and a brand new wing, most importantly. Lap 3 of 29, everybody. Kohler leads, Passy second place, Linsky third, Speed Freak in fourth. Not a hell of a lot going on at the moment here in Extinguished Motorsports, but this is the final race of this season. The World Championship comes down to this. Passy could be the man at the top this afternoon. He could finally close the book. He could finally win that World Championship today if it all goes his way. If he retires and Andrew Pittsmith finishes ahead, that is going to be bad news for him. Linsky with a 3-second penalty as well then. That is the first penalty of this afternoon. If you're in the chat, let us know. Put in a race prediction, ladies and gentlemen, for this Extinguished Motorsports race this evening. You have to let us know who you think is going to come out ahead and win. Passy with a 3-second time penalty. Andrew Pittsmith then could be making a move here on Speed Freak, lap 4 of 29, and the move could be on. Also, the two Williams are passing Linsky in 2 and 3. They've already won the championship, and they're still dominating up in front today in P2 and P3. Speed Freak and Andrew Pittsmith still sat in 4 and 5, and there could be a move on the cards here if they carry on at this pace. Strader with a 3-second penalty too, which is not going to help him at all. The two Williams with penalties and Stray Dog too. Here comes Pittsmith then. He needs to make some positions up if he wants to win this championship today. Move here then, Andrew Pittsmith trying to make a move on Speed Freak. Could he do it, ladies and gentlemen? We'll just have to see. Heading up towards him. Behind that as well, Gerard and St. Power, 8 and 9. They swap positions. Jerry goes into 8. Yellow flag's final sector. I think somebody had a bit of a mistake there, unfortunately, but they bring themselves back on well. And a big clunk of cars from 2 to 5 then, heading all the way up in towards the right-hander on lap 6 of 29. Well, we've still got a long way to go of this Australian Grand Prix. Ooh, Andrew Pittsmith getting incredibly close to speed free here. All the way up towards the chicane from left to right once we get there in a moment on lap 6. St. Power picks up a 3-second time penalty. It's Patty, Linsky, Stray Dog and St. Power, all with time penalties this afternoon as we head all the way down then to the right-hander. The final few corners here in Australia before we reach the line to begin lap 7 of 29. Andrew Pittsmith now the man that could win the championship today if he really puts his foot down. He's gaining on speed freak, maybe a move up the inside line. He has to stay behind now. Still can't make a move just yet, ladies and gentlemen. On speed freak, but it is Yang Polden in the pit lane, then down in 8th position, so getting on the new tyres and possibly a wing as well on the 7th lap. The Alpine leads then on lap 7 of 29 of Kohler with 6 seconds between him and the two Williams boys lining up in 2 and 3. Won the championship already, it's completely bagged, but they are not stopping yet here at Albert Park this afternoon. The final lap, the final race, of this season is finally upon us, and Linsky picks up a 3-second time penalty. The whole top 3, all with penalties at the moment, which isn't ideal for them, but you know, it could be good for the guys behind. Somebody retires there, and it's looking like St. Power is out. I think the virtual safety car is deployed from that, everybody. The VSC deployed, and we have a retiree. St. Power's gone. Linsky with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car, which is not good at all. It's really not good at all. Hopefully he can bring it back. A lot of penalties being slung around today. Equally though, if everybody gets a penalty, it is going to even out, isn't it? And then, you know, and then they're not really going to mean much. But lap 8 of 29, sorry, it is speed freak with a 3-second time penalty. Jera and Stray Dog swapping positions then. Oh, Stray Dog round everybody. In P6, the man has gone around, unfortunately, in P6 and has to bring himself back on. Loses positions, he falls down the order. It is such a shame. Coda leads still. Andrew Pittsmith now, the man in second place. Passy's in third still. Passy would win the World Championship, I believe. But definitely going to go in favour of Andrew Pittsmith soon if he carries on like this. Oh, move up the inside line there then of Yang Poland on Stray Dog Racing. He goes through. Lovely stuff. On Pedrito with a 3-second penalty. Here comes the Haas car then, trying to make a move on the McLaren all the way up the backside of him here. Raring to go with a move. On Pedrito picks up a 3-second penalty as well, which is not ideal for his case right now, ladies and gentlemen, but we'll see what he can do in the later stages still. With a bit of time left in this Grand Prix today. Lap 11 of 29. Kohler leads. Andrew Pittsmith in second place. Kohler has got a 9.8 second advantage at this moment in time. Speed Freak then holds 4, ladies and gentlemen, with lap 13 of 29. Pit stops coming in for Kohler and Andrew Pittsmith now then. Kohler in the pit lane coming out and Pittsmith doing the same. The brand new wing, ladies and gentlemen, which he is going to come out with. Pittsmith with a 3-second penalty as well, which is really not going to help him. Stray Dog out of the pit lane in the moment. Side by side here with these drivers. Look at this amazing battle then. He has to waste up the inside line. Andrew Pittsmith, Speed Freak, goes around the outside line. And a very nice move is made there. Ahead is Speed Freak. Got a bit of wing damage, I see. I'm not entirely sure. No, it is not, but maybe we'll get some soon with somebody. And Poldham a 3-second penalty. Everybody move here around the outside line for Pipsmith. Will he be able to get ahead? What a brilliant move. He tries to make his way through here, then side by side. Andrew Pipsmith is through past the Haskar. Easily done. And he's made that move look easy, ladies and gentlemen. Cover that, ladies and gentlemen. Right then, lap 16 of 29. We've got Kohler currently being your race leader and doing a very good job at it. 8.6 seconds as the gap. Passy second place, and it's Pipsmith in third. So right now, Passy is going to go ahead and win the World Championship. If it stays like this, there's your tyres on your screen now. Andrew Pipsmith on the mediums, the rest of the drivers on the hards, apart from Stray Dog and Jera, who joined them in using the mediums. Lap 19 of 29 then, everybody. We have got 10 laps to go. Am I going crazy looking on it here, Em? I mean, I've been talking quite a lot. Maybe my mic's been cutting out. I'm not too sure. But we've got 10 laps to go, everybody, of the Spanish then, the Australian Grand Prix. And Kohler is your race leader at 12.8 seconds, and he has drove an absolutely brilliant race. He really, really has. Look at the gap. I mean, the gap is just huge, absolutely huge. And you cannot get better than that. But anyway, Snowy, it's good to see you in the chat. Welcome in to the chat this afternoon. It's good to have you around. Glad you're here. And only 9 laps to go of this Grand Prix now. It has gone very fast indeed. And we are soon to reach the end, ladies and gentlemen. We also hit everybody. We also hit 4,000 bits sent by Wolfie today, which is just incredible stuff. Wolfie Plays is just amazing, absolutely amazing. Sent us too much bits in total, but 4,000 sent. We finally reached that line. It's been a while, but here we go. We have got there. With 9 laps to go, everybody. 9 laps to go of the Australian Grand Prix here for Extinguished Motorsports in the final round, where Passy is most likely going to go ahead and be the world champion if he can finish this off, ladies and gentlemen. Up 22 of 29. Look at Kohler. 21 seconds is the gap. That man has just drove an incredible race. Percival, the only man without a penalty, which is just absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Percival with no penalties at all. Driven a brilliant race he has in the McLaren today. His teammate Yang Poland, 7th position behind him. He's got a 3-second penalty. The biggest today is Stray Dog Racing with 12 seconds of pens. But everybody else, you know, relatively small, 3 to 6 seconds of penalties. Not too bad at all for everybody else as we head round and through the drivers. Lap 22 of 29, everybody. McLaren spinning the rears, then in front, Yang Polden just about keeping it on the track, everybody, in the final stages. 6 laps to go of Extinguished Motorsports today. What a race it's been. Kohler especially, look at him, 21 seconds ahead. He does not mess around. absolutely flew this race today. Clearly, Australia is one of his tracks, and in the final race, he's really dominated. Excited to see him next season now, because what a race it's been from him. Passy with the fastest lap now, everybody. But this is it. Closing stages, 6 laps more, and we are done with this whole season in Extinguished Motorsports. The first season completed in F1 25 for Extinguished Motorsports. It has gone fast, it really has. They're in 7th, Percival then coming out of the pit lane in 8th position now near the back of the grid. There's only a few laps left and not really much going on now. Kohler's run away with it and the rest of the drivers aren't really giving us much of a battle, unfortunately, on the final few laps. Percival and Jarrett changing positions, I believe. As Percival all the way down the straight now, through past him. We're going to soon round off this race, everybody. Lap 25 or 29 now for Kohler, and behind that he's got many drivers soon to, well, that have been lapped, actually. Oh, thought somebody went round then. Linsky and Speed Freak then in 4 and 5, everybody, as they one of them exits the pit lane. There'll be Speed Freak coming out of the pits. Passy with a 3-second time penalty now. It is Passy with 12 seconds of penalties, everybody. Andrew Pittsmith is ahead. I really don't know, actually, what the championship is going to end up like now. I think Passy might still win it, but we're going to have to quickly check on that then. The championship has really changed around towards the end by the looks of it. We're going to have to quickly try and work this out. Let's have a look. Drivers' Championship then currently is Passy on 355 points. Andrew Pipsmith, 322, 33 points then is between them. The points that get scored per race in this league is not like the actual Formula 1, I don't know actually. Not that I don't think it is the normal point scoring. So I really don't know how I'm going to work that out. So I might not be able to announce it on stream, unfortunately, but with the way it's looking, Andrew Pittsmith might just lose out still on the World Championship, everybody. Speed Freak sets the fastest lap. Is lap 27 of 29. Behind that, oh, making contact there. It is Don Pedrito and Guerra making contact side by side into the first few corners, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be Don Pedrito who just about gets ahead in P9. But what a carnage end then to a bit of a battle there. Very nearly taking each other out, just about. Both of them staying on the track. But Kohler in the lead, ladies and gentlemen, in P1. He's got a 8.2 second gap to Andrew Pittsmith, which is just incredible stuff. It was bigger earlier on, but I think there was a pit stop that came in for Kohler. Zero retires from the session at the very end, and we start the penultimate lap of the Australian Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. We are very nearly there. Ladies and gentlemen, the final lap of the Australian Grand Prix has begun. Kohler looking like he's going to go ahead and snatch this one with both hands. He's had an absolutely brilliant race. He really, really has. Nobody looking like they're going to beat him today. At the moment, out there and dominating the whole entire race, heading up towards the chicane. He's got a Williams behind him, a Passy. Andrew Pittsmith has got a Williams behind him, a Passy, who is going to fly through and go into second place, but it isn't really going to do much then because, of course, the penalties are so large. Kohler into the final few corners then, everybody, and after a absolutely brilliant race, 16 seconds the gap. He's going to cross that line in Australia in the final round to win the Australian Grand Prix in Extinguished Motorsports. Kohler is on top of the world. It is going to be Passy who will come around the final corner then, ladies and gentlemen, to cross the line. And I don't know for definite, but I think Passy is going to be your world champion this season for Extinguished Motorsports. Andrew Pittsmith takes it off him. Here comes Speed Freak then, everybody. Definitely, that's got to be it. Passy, everybody. I think Passy will be the world champion at the end of this season. in the Williams. They win the Constructors' Championship and the in the Drivers' Championship too. Absolutely unbeatable team. Williams have had a great run this season and looking like they won't be beaten at all next season either. But we'll see what they can do coming into next season. But that is it, everybody, for the first round on F1 25. There you have it. Over the line for Yang Polden with a bit of a donut over the line for Siebel to come round soon, and then it'll be the main man himself, Stray Dog 3 Racing, to round off the whole season for us, being the last driver across the line. There it is. The first season on F1 25 for Extinguished Motorsports. That is a wrap. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The first season on Formula 1 2025 is complete for Extinguished Motorsports. It is all over, and the Alpine wins. Williams dominate both championships. That is it then, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. It's been a lovely evening. Race winner, Kohler, fastest lap. Kohler, driver of the day, Andrew Pittsmith. Most overtakes, Stray Dog. Cleanest driver, Siebel. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go then. It is going to be Kohler 1, Andrew 2, Passy 3. That is your podium. Speed Freak 4, Linsky 5, Percival 6, Yang Polden 7, Stray Dog 8, Dom Pedrito 9, Garrett 10, and St. Power retires in 11. The world champion is Passy in the Williams. The Constructors' Championship goes to Williams as well. Complete lockout from them. It's been a brilliant season. Thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we're back next season as well. But it's been lovely to commentate, and hope you've enjoyed. Have a lovely evening, and see you later.